Hi College and Career Success. This is your very last assignment video for our summer semester course together. So if you have not already done so, please make sure that you check out the chapter 11 and 12 lecture videos, or at the very least spend time in the slideshows or the text itself so that you have that context for those content within those chapters. And then, of course, I have the assignment videos broken down by chapter. So chapter 11 assignment and chapter 12 assignment videos. Just a quick reminder that week 3 will be reopening just this coming Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of week 8. In case you have any assignments that you need to make up from that week, you have the opportunity Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then again, week 8 opens on a Friday and it closes on a Friday. Our entire course is done Friday, July 24th. So if you wake up on Saturday thinking you can get stuff done, the course will already be closed. All right, so I already went over chapter 11. I'm going to go ahead and jump into chapter 12. So chapter 12, here is our discussion forum. Here is the prompt. What are the trends in your career? What jobs will be available and how much will they pay? What skills are needed in the job market now? So I'm going to direct you to 2 pretty solid places to find this information. You are welcome to use other resources if you have them, of course. But the first place I'm going to direct you to is called the bls.gov. So there's a website right up there. And so let's say I want to go into physical therapy. So I would just type up there in the right-hand search bar what I want to go into. And so I would look to see like, all right, what's going to be the best fit? Maybe I want to be a PTA. So I'm going to click on that. And a lot of these pages look very similar to this one. Every once in a while, they're formatted a little differently. But what's nice is it gives you a quick snapshot. So you can expect, and a little bit of it's like a couple years old because it takes a little while to gather all this data. So you can see this is from 2024. It'll tell you the average pay and some very basic stuff right here. So what they do, the pay, but then to get more information, you would just go to those specific tabs. And it really does break it down to let you know, like, all right, this is what they're doing. This is where they could work. This is what you need to do to become one, not only your education, but any kind of licensure exams or things like that, some qualities that are important. Here's some pay information, and it breaks it down to kind of similar fields as well. Job outlook, anything that has like a positive growth is good, but then obviously the larger the number, the more projected jobs there will be, and this is a 10-year projection. It's going to give you some state and area data. You can go and search that if you want, some jobs that are similar, and then some general more info. So you can find their information for this prompt all in here. What are the trends in your career? So that would be job outlook. You know, is it trending up? Is it trending down? Is it going to grow? Is it going to shrink? You know, so that's kind of what it's asking there. What's the job outlook essentially look like? How much will they pay? You know, what jobs will be available and how much will they pay? So you pay right there. And you can kind of look at state and area data to find out, you know, what's going on with the jobs. And then what skills are needed. So again, how to become one right here tells you all of that there. The other place we can look is Career Coach. We have a little bit of experience with this. So I am just going to go ahead and type in physical therapy again. So I'm going to just stick with that. And it's going to bring up, again, physical therapy assistant. So I'm going to click in there. And then right away, I'm getting kind of the information that I'm looking for. My salary, how many jobs are opening, but I can click in here and get more of like the qualities in education, the skills that I'm going to need. I can look at my pay. I can see it like over time. And then employment. This is a really great place, employment projection. This is a growing field. I can change the radius too. If I'm like, hey, you know, I don't know if I'm going to stay in this area. I'm going to try to expand. And then you can really get a better idea there. Similar careers, and then the live job postings. So this is where it'll show you like who's looking for people in this field right now within this 50-mile radius. I could definitely bring it back down for that. You can see like it changes the availability there. Okay, so those are the 2 places you could look. I also sometimes direct people to the ONET online. The only reason I didn't really use it just now is because sometimes it gets a little overwhelming because there's a lot of information in here. So I didn't do physical therapy assistant, but you can kind of get the same gist. There's just a lot. It's great, but it can be a little overwhelming if you see what I mean. There's a lot of expanding going on. So you can definitely use that site as well. So you want to use one or maybe a combo of those to answer that question. And so post that by Wednesday and then respond to 2 classmates by Friday. And don't forget your chapter 11 post as well. All right, so after that, we have our chapter 12 assignment. It's called What I Love to Do. So it's going to open up into one of these PDFs that you can type in. And so it says in the columns below, list at least 15 things. Now, here's where I like to see like if people are paying attention or not. So if you list 10, you're going to get full credit. If you list 15, I'm going to give you some extra credit. And so think about like we have a very like gig type economy. So think about some activities that you do. So they gave the example like take naps. How can you make a living out of that? Test mattresses. How does that help other people? Okay, so think about those kind of things. Maybe you love to drive. So you could be an Uber driver that helps people get to their destinations. Maybe you love to read. You could be a book critic. It helps people choose books. Whatever the case is, you can fill out as many things as you want. 10 will get you full credit. 15 will get you extra credit. And then it has 2 little questions at the bottom that, again, because the way this is set up, it's not letting you type there. So you can submit that, like if you have the program to write on there, certainly do that. Or you can submit as a comment. So was there anything that's kind of exciting to you or surprising that you listed? And then of course, when you're done, make sure that you save it with your changes and then upload and drop that in the Dropbox. And then finally, your chapter 12 quiz. Here we go. How can you use your college experiences to gain knowledge, skills, and abilities that will assist you in gaining employment when you graduate? So kind of just thinking about what you're doing now, how's that going to help you after you get into the field? What campus resources and activities could you access to support your career exploration and future employability? List 2 of those and describe how they can be beneficial. I would recommend going to the Stark State homepage for this one, going back under info for current students and kind of looking to see what kind of resources on campus. Like the career services is always a good bet because that's literally what they're designed to do. But you can also look at like the student clubs and see if there's anything there that could potentially, you could take advantage of that would help you kind of further your career exploration. So look through there. You can also look at any other kind of resources we might have, or if there's other things that you know of on campus, you can certainly list that as well. Question 3, you've been invited to networking with the alumni. If you want to maximize your benefit from the event, what could you do before or at the networking event? Chapter 12 talks about networking. Number 4, consider your current competencies in critical thinking, teamwork, professionalism, communication. Which one of those is a strength? Give an example. How did you develop and use this strength? So maybe like communication is a strength of yours. How did it become a strength? Which one of those is a weakness? And how has that impacted you? Maybe teamwork is tough for you. You don't really enjoy working with other people. And how has that impacted you? And then what could you do to improve that particular area? And then finally, what is your opinion of the value of volunteering while in college? To support your opinion, give evidence from the textbook and personal experience. All right, so you want to make sure you save and submit that as well. All right, so real quick recap for chapter 12, you're posting your original response in the forum by Wednesday, respond to 2 classmates by Friday, and then complete the chapter 12 assignment and the chapter 12 quiz by Friday as well, not forgetting all of the chapter 11 assignments. I want to thank you all again for a great summer semester. I'm so proud that we finished strong. This was an awesome group. If you ever need anything, please feel free to reach out during your time here at Stark State and have a great rest of the summer. Bye.